Also today in Pennsylvania, the president reminded the country that his position on securing the southern border has not changed one bit. Take a look.
The wall has been something that I have been very consistent on always. And as you know, in fact, in an interview with you, I said the wall, you don't need a wall where you have a mountain. You don't need a wall where you have a wasteland. Everybody knows that. I've been saying that for 3 years, and everybody knows it. But a wall is not necessarily a wall where you have a mountain. So everybody understands it.
Here with reaction, he is the co-host of The Five and the host of Water's World. It's his world. We live in it. You know, let me do. How do you do it?
You did it well, very well.
Yeah, but I busted up my knuckles, you know, hitting the heavy bag. All right, Jesse Waters and Fox News contributor Jessica Tarlov is with us.
Can I get a hand signal?
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. No, she's got it all wrong.
All right, this is Hannity's world now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just for a few moments, just give us a little space. All right. We're really talking about political footballs using the Dreamers here. This is 1 month extending. And the Democrats either give us everything we want. We don't have control of the House or Senate, or we're going to shut down the government, which, by the way, I don't think is a big deal anyway. What?
Shouldn't they be able to get the votes on their own?
Okay, 51-49 is not exactly the big, comfortable margin that you would want.
Still a majority.
Oh, okay. So the point is they're using Dreamers as a political football because they can't get what they want.
Listen, if the Democrats want to run on the side of illegal aliens, that's fine. Let them run on it. We'll run on the side of American citizens. I think you guys don't want to die on that hill. It's not smart politics, and the hard men and working people of this country aren't going to buy it.
But the majority of Americans, Republicans and Democrats, independents as well, don't see these Dreamers as illegal aliens.
Yeah,
see
everybody
these
wants to take care of the Dreamers, but not at the expense of the U.S. military.
Well, I don't think that's the decision that we need to make here. That's how people have set it up as a juxtaposition. But that isn't what's going on here. Democrats don't want to continue punting this down the line.
Excuse me. They not only want the children that are in their 20s and 30s, but also they want chain migration to continue. And they want their families to be able to come. That's what they were asking for.
Yeah, they want Uncle Leo and Aunt Nettie. And the deal is they don't want the wall. You know why? Because walls work.
No, that is not why they don't want the wall.
They don't want it, because you guys need new voters.
As General Kelly said last night with Bret Baier, when President Trump made that promise, he was uninformed. He has evolved on the issue. It used to be a solid wall.
Kelly was way out of line. No one's going to put a wall on the Rio Grande. That's where the alligators are going to be. All right? And that's going to take care of everything.
Where are
who said the alligator? The moat.
The moat. That was President Barack Obama.
Oh.
Who voted to fund the wall, by the way.
Well, that's the thing. 5 years ago, every major Democrat sounded like Donald Trump today. 5 years ago, they wanted to build the wall. Now it's racist and horrible, and we're killing the children. What is up? How do you get away with that hypocrisy? Not you, Schumer, and all the rest of them. Durbin.
Crying Chuck, you mean?
Don't call him that, and I don't like this Turban Durbin or Dickie Durbin or whatever people are saying.
What are you calling him? That's not nice.
Yeah, come on, clean it up.
Excuse me. No, Mediaite, if you are watching, I did not say that.
What does this Mediaite plug every night on his program? Go ahead.
I take it back. Democrats, centrist Democrats, have been consistent on this. Hillary, Joe Biden, I say Dianne Feinstein have all spoken up for border security. It's part of the Gang of Eight bill.
They wanted 700+ miles of wall.
I understand that.
5 years ago.
Things are different now, and when you say that they use the same language they didn't, the President of the United States of America
people are crossing over the border and then killing deputies in California. That's what's different.
There is a net outflow of immigrants from the southern border out of this country. You can't deny it. Those are the numbers.
So people aren't crossing right now because the Border Patrol catches 1,000 people crossing each day.
I'm saying the total numbers are a net outflow. The problem is not nearly as severe, and due to the president,
that's a lot of people.
Pretty severe if you're talking 1,000 a day.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
I sat through a security briefing with Governor Rick Perry. I've been down on the border 12 times. Rio Grande, San Diego, drug warehouses, helicopter, horseback, all-terrain vehicles, boats, you name it, I was there, went with them. Also saw tunnels. I was in the tunnels that were dug. And the amount of drugs is insane. But more importantly, when I sat through the security briefing, 642,000 Texans were victims of crimes by illegal immigrants in a 7.5-year period of time. Now, wait a minute. Do you care about them?
Yeah, of course I do. And
You
we
do.
talked about Kate
So
Steinle and her murder.
Why don't we
I
protect
absolutely
the
do.
American people first? And as President Trump said, we'll put a door inside the wall.
I know, the gold door.
I didn't say gold. I
think
platinum
he said
works.
Gold. He loves gold. It's a little
With a
expensive.
T on it.
No T. Naomi,
642,000.
Yeah, no.
Jessica, the point is that walls work. You don't want it
Walls
because
don't-
you guys need new
I remember now.
voters. It's
Why
a
are-
dangerous
it's not about
situation
new
down
voters.
there on the border.
Illegals
Ask
don't
any
vote.
rancher. They're bringing guns. They're bringing drugs. Some of them are
Well,
good people.
why are there Texas GOP representatives that say that they don't want the border wall? And
so
it's
funny.
not the most effective way to
It's
do
the one
it.
infrastructure project the Democrats don't want to spend money on.
It's a fence
Ding, ding,
now.
ding.
I am completely.
And we won't even
hang
have
on,
to pay
hang
for
on.
it because who's going to pay for it?
Brilliant
Mexico.
line.
No one
In
thinks
his
Mexico.
world, we're living in it. That
No,
was a
we're
good
in
line.
your world.
I don't have a world.
It's 9 o'clock. This is your world.
That's true. 9 to 10. You got that, Waters? My world.
You can have it.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
I don't care if the government shuts down, by the way, because
That doesn't
all
surprise me.
essential employees work.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to
notice.
get their checks. The military keeps working.
But you know Republicans
Hang on.
get the
And all
blame
those
no
people
matter
that get a
what.
free vacation will end up paying them back pay, like we always do.